Welcome back to the Letnick. My name is JP. In this video, we're going to be talking about BC assessment values and how this can affect your property taxes. There's a common misconception that your BC assessment value is directly related to your property taxes. In a way, it is essentially connected because this is the valuation that's used in the algorithm that calculates your taxes. But that being said, if you recently received a BC assessment with a valuation increase in Kelowna especially, it's not uncommon in the year 2021 to have seen an increase of anywhere between 15 to 30%. This does not correlate to you having an increase in property taxes of that same percentage. The way that it works with BC assessment values is that if your home value has gone up and same as the average single-family home in the area, then your property tax value is most likely going to stay relatively the same as it was the year before, unless, of course, the city has increased the tax rate. For example, in Kelowna, in this last year, it went up roughly 3%. 3.5% is what they budgeted for an increase in your property taxes. So if your average home went up the same as yours in the BC assessment values, your property taxes are most likely not going to increase. If your BC assessment went up less than the average increase in your area, then your property taxes may actually go down for the following year. Now, of course, if the average in your area was 15% and your home went up 30%, then your property taxes are probably going up slightly in the next year. Now, it's not going to go up the difference of 15%. That is, again, just between the average of the other homes, but you may see an increase. So it is not directly correlated. If you have a BC assessment increase, that does not mean your property taxes are going up by the same percentage. If you're wanting to find out a rough estimate of how much your property taxes are going to be for the following year, very good tool to go check out is the City of Kelowna's property tax calculator. Now, when you're on the property tax calculator, you'll be able to input your last year's valuation and this year's valuation, and it'll give you an estimate of what your property taxes are going to be based on the values of all the other homes in your area and the new change in tax rate that the city may have. Depending on when you use the calculator, the new tax rate may not be applicable at that time. It may not have been changed or updated, so just keep in mind it is an estimate. It is not the exact property taxes that you'll be paying. If you just purchased your property and you don't know your BC's assessment, or you haven't received the tax bill yet, the easiest place to find your current valuation on BC Assessment is bcassessment.ca. You can easily find this in a quick Google search or just type in bcassessment.ca in your address bar. This will bring up the most current BC assessment value for your home. Now keep in mind, the date on that assessment may be for last year. Typically it comes out around July, normally a little bit before. Recently, BC Assessment has been doing it around January 1st. So they've been taking the last July's assessment date and updating it in the system. So it may not be a currently accurate market assessment, but it gives you at least a general idea of what your home is typically worth. So what happens if you don't believe that your BC assessment is correct? Maybe it's too high, maybe it's too low, you think it's going to affect your taxes in a specific way and you want to appeal. Are you able to do that? The answer is kind of. So yes, you can appeal whether you want it to go higher or lower, but you need to have substantial evidence as to show why your valuation should change. It's not just like they will allow you to go in and modify it. This is something that's done by evaluating millions of properties throughout the province, and they frankly just don't want just anybody going in and trying to make a change. So you can appeal. It's a long process. You may not win, and it may be costly. Is it really worth your time? Probably not. But at that being said, yes, you may. Now, your property tax amount that you're going to be paying cannot be appealed if the property tax rate has already been set for that year. If you want to appeal the BC assessment, then yes, you can do that basically at any time. It does go through a whole big process, including going through the court system if you get to that far. Normally what happens is you'll be speaking with BC assessment staff, and they'll let you know whether or not you have a decent fighting chance of doing an appeal. At that point, you can make the decision of whether or not you would like to do so. Hopefully this video helps clear up some misconceptions regarding BC assessment and property tax so that you can sleep better at night knowing that your property taxes are not necessarily going up 30% just because your BC assessment went up 30%. If you have any questions about BC real estate, feel free to reach out to us. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe, put a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next video.